Hi, welcome to another episode of Strategic Insights, providing you with the latest update in the areas of business, technology, and management. I'm your host, Dr. Martin Lockstrom. Let's dive in. Today we're diving into a word Donald Trump once called the most beautiful in the dictionary: tariffs. Yep, tariffs. Those pesky taxes on imports that have everyone from Wall Street to your local farmer scratching their heads or pulling their hair out. Because right now, in April 2025, Trump's back in the White House, and he's hitting everyone with tariffs. Not just China, not just foes, but our closest allies, Canada, Europe, Japan. What's the deal? Is this chaos just Trump being Trump, changing his mind between breakfast and supper? Or, hear me out, does this guy actually have a plan? Believe it or not, I'm here to tell you, yes, there's a method to this madness, and it's bigger than you think. So, buckle up. We're about to explore the MAGA master plan for a new global order. What's the goal? Is it feasible? Or is it just a pipe dream of a madman and his crew? Let's get into it. First, let's set the scene. Trump's new Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, a hedge fund titan who once helped George Soros break the Bank of England, recently said something that caught my eye. He claimed Trump's tariff policies have begun the process of reorienting our international economic relations. Begun the process. That's a fancy way of saying this tariff chaos is just the opening act of a much bigger play. One that aims to flip the entire world trading system on its head. A system, by the way, the US itself built. This isn't new, historically speaking. We've seen this twice before. 1944 with the Bretton Woods system, and the early 80s with Reagan and Thatcher's neoliberal world order. So is 2025 the dawn of a new era? A US-centered global order where countries get sorted into what Bessent calls green, yellow, and red buckets? Green gets low tariffs, military protection, maybe even primo US dollar access. Yellow's in the middle, red? Good luck, you're on your own. That's the vibe I'm getting from digging through speeches and papers by Trump's economic brain trust. So what's the plan and can it actually work? To figure this out, we need to get into the MAGA mindset. What does Team Trump want? Meet the players: Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary, ex-Yale prof, and economic history buff. Then there's Stephen Myron, Trump's top economic advisor, a Harvard grad and hedge fund strategist who just dropped a paper called A User's Guide to Restructuring the Global Trading System. These guys are obsessed with one thing: de-industrialization. They see it as America's mortal threat. Back in the 50s, manufacturing was 28% of US output. Today, just 10%. Trump's first trade war didn't fix that, but these guys think it's a national security crisis. Why? Two reasons. One, de-industrialization gutted America's heartland, Trump's voter base in 2024. Two, it's left us way behind powers like China. J.D. Vance, our VP, pointed out that one Chinese state-owned firm built more ships last year than the US has since World War II. Imagine a war, say China invades Taiwan. We've got a strong navy, sure, but can we crank out the gear we'd need? Trump's team says no. So they want to make America manufacture again. But why hit allies with tariffs to do it? Let's zoom out. To understand this, we need a quick history lesson on the US-led global order. Two big systems shaped the last century, both American-made. First, Bretton Woods, kicked off in 1944. Picture this. Post-war world, the US says, "Hey allies, peg your currencies to the dollar, we'll protect you with our military, and we'll help your industries grow, even if it means opening our markets while you shield yours." The Marshall Plan, NATO, the US-Japan Security Treaty, it was a package deal. Green countries got the perks, communists were out. It worked for the US too, stopping another world war, boosting our economy, and locking in the dollar as the world's reserve currency. That exorbitant privilege, as the French called it, let us spend big globally without crashing. But by the 70s, it hit a snag, the Triffin dilemma. More dollars were needed for global growth, but gold was fixed. Nixon ditched the gold standard in 71 and chaos followed. Enter the neoliberal world order, Reagan and Thatcher's baby in the 80s. Lower tariffs, flexible exchange rates, free markets, and the US Navy guarding the seas. No formal deal this time. Countries just used dollars because they were the best game in town. Everyone exported to the US hoarding dollars and we got richer. The dollar soared, our military spanned the globe, and Americans could buy cheap stuff. But here's the catch: manufacturing tanked. Jobs fled to China, especially after it joined the WTO in 2001. The China shock hit hard. Inequality spiked, the heartland crumbled, and by 2016, Trump rode that wave to power. His first trade war targeted China, but it didn't stop the bleed. Biden tried subsidies, new factories popped up, but deficits ballooned. Now Trump's team says the neoliberal order we built is a national security disaster. They want a new system, one that keeps the dollar king and brings industry back. Economists say you can't have both. Miran and Besant? They say watch us. So here's the MAGA master plan, pieced together from Miran and Besant's hints. Step 1, tariff chaos. That's now. Slap high tariffs on everyone, friends, foes, doesn't matter. Tank the stock market? Fine. It's about leverage. Besant says Trump uses tariffs as a third leg for negotiating. Miran said the real policies come later, once the leverage is there. Step 2, reciprocal tariffs. Level the playing field. If China or anyone hikes tariffs, we match them. No more getting outmaneuvered. Miran argues the US has the upper hand because everyone needs our market. Trump's first trade war flopped because China rerouted through Mexico. Now tariffs hit everyone, forcing deals. Step 3, the Mar-a-Lago Accord, a new Bretton Woods minus gold. Green countries peg their currencies to the dollar, revaluing them up when it gets too strong. They get market access, security, dollar perks, but they pay for it. Yellow and red countries? Higher tariffs, less love. The goal? A weaker dollar to boost US exports, reindustrialize, and keep reserve status. Trump said, losing the dollar's throne means third world status. He's not wrong, it's a big deal. But can this work? In theory, yeah, if enough countries buy in. Besant's speech about reordering linkages, military, economic, political, sounds like a vassal state setup. Green countries become US satellites, paying tribute for protection and trade. It could reindustrialize us a bit, sure, but here's the rub, it takes trust. Back in 44, allies trusted us. In 85, the Plaza Accord worked because we had credibility. Now? Trump's tearing up deals with Canada and Mexico, threatening allies. Who's going to sign up to be a green country when the US looks erratic? If no one joins, we're stuck. Keep the dollar and stay de-industrialized, or ditch it and lose our edge. Miran's smart, Besant studied history, but they're betting on a world that might not play along. That's all for this episode. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button in order to stay up to date with more awesome contents ahead. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.